This is a tutorial video installation of a Trailtech side stand on a 2009 Kawasaki KX450F. To begin, we're going to remove the foot peg. So to start removing the foot peg, we're going to locate the cotter pin to the rear of the foot peg hanger. This cotter pin will be bent. To remove, straighten the cotter pin and remove like so. Gently pressing up, remove the pin, making sure to watch for the spring shooting off the backside once the pin is removed. Be careful when removing this to make note of the hanger and in what orientation it sits in the foot peg, as it will need to be installed in that specific manner. With the foot peg successfully removed, we're now going to remove the stock foot peg hanger. The upper bolt will be removed using a 17mm socket. Side note, these bolts are Loctited from the factory and oftentimes will be tight upon removal. We're now going to move to the lower bolts, which is a 10mm socket. With the hanger removed, you will want to clean any excessive Loctite out of the stock threads. We're now going to reinstall the Trailtech side stand, lining up the bolts in the same fashion the stock foot peg hanger came off. You're going to want to use Loctite on reinstalling the fasteners. A red Loctite will work, however semi-permanent options will work as well. With a healthy bead of Loctite on the fastener, we're going to now reinstall the upper bolt, starting it by hand to prevent any cross-threading. And we're going to reinstall the lower bolt. Again, starting by hand to make sure that you do not cross. With these now ran snug, we're going to tighten these down all the way to finish this installation. For proper torque specifications, reference your OEM service manual or an aftermarket manual for this machine. I'm going to torque the lower bolt. With these successfully torqued down, we are now able to reinstall the foot peg. Again, paying attention to which configuration the spring sets into the hanger. Line that up. Reinstalling the pin you removed from the foot peg hanger before. A slight downward pressure on the spring helps guide the pin through the foot peg hanger. Once installed, reinsert the washer and reinstall the cotter pin. With the cotter pin installed, make sure to bend the ear back over, preventing it from backing out. And you now have the foot peg hanger installed. With your foot peg hanger now successfully installed, it's time to move on to hanging the spring hanger tab, which is going to mount to the subframe bolt here. To remove this fastener on the 2009 KX450F, we're going to use an M6 Allen wrench. We're then going to reinstall the fastener with the spring hanger tab. Make note that the shoulder on this bolt will fit through the inside diameter of this, seating that completely flush. Again, make sure to torque this down. The proper torque values can be found in your service manual or an aftermarket manual for this machine. Once snug down firmly, all that's left to do is to install the spring. In order to do so, make sure that the spring hook is facing in towards the bike versus 180 degrees facing outward, making sure that this hook is also away from the leading edge of the rider's foot. For this, you will need to use a pair of safety glasses in hanging the spring to prevent any eye injuries, as well as a spring hanging tool such as this one here. Holding the stand in the upright position lessens the distance the spring has to span and makes it easier to stretch or release. To check the installation, you will want to run the stand through its full range of motion, make sure that it's working properly. Now successfully installed a Trailtech kickstand on a 2009 KX450F dirt bike model.